The more you look at what the Earth's ancient monsters look like, the more you'll believe we're living in a Kidz Bop version of the world. Did you think that the Megalodon was the scariest beast in the water millions of years ago? Then you're in for a shock. Keep watching all the way to number 1 for the biggest, scariest, and most powerful sea monster. Before we get on with the top 10 biggest extinct sea creatures, make sure you support us and subscribe to our channel on the bottom right. After that, hit the bell button below and we are good to go. Number 10. Elasmosaurus. Jurassic Park wouldn't have been able to make this creature up. The Elasmosaurus is often depicted with a set of ferocious, knife-sharp teeth, with its head high above water in a terrifying S shape, Loch Ness Monster style. This sea monster terrorized North American waters during the Companion stage of the late Cretaceous period, which was about 80.5 million years ago. The average Elasmosaurus would have measured an imposing 34 feet long. 23 feet of that was all neck. Even more chillingly, that extra long neck led to a streamlined body with these paddle-like limbs and to a small head with a triangular skull and a jaw packed full of fang-like teeth. Experts believe its elongated neck would have allowed it a number of unique strategies to hunt, including benthic grazing, which is when a sea creature swims close to the bottom of the ocean and uses its long head and neck to dig around the seafloor for prey. It's also thought that it could have been able to retract its neck before pouncing or striking. Its teeth, not unlike the teeth saw sharks have, easily tore prey apart, especially when the Elasmosaurus used sideswipe motions. Number 9. Basilosaurus. This is no average monster. The Basilosaurus is the king lizard, the apex predator in the Tethys Sea, and probably the largest animal of the Paleogene. It was strong and ferocious enough to regularly feed on sharks, all kinds of large fish, and marine mammals. It mainly fed on the Durodon, which was a dolphin-like ancient whale that lived 40.4 to 33.9 million years ago and measured about 16 feet long. The scariest thing is that this wasn't a thing of legend, a creature that only resurfaced in the dark depths of the ocean. No, the Basilosaurus was very common. Any day of the year, you would have found a 70-foot bloodthirsty whale whose skull alone measured 5 feet long. And unlike the modern cetaceans we're used to, such as whales, dolphins, and porpoises, this beast sported several types of teeth, such as canines and molars, making them able to chew their food and not just swallow it whole. Number 8. Jaekelopterus. If you don't have a fear of creepy crawlies, then seeing Jaekelopterus will surely trigger something. This nearly 9-foot-long arthropod is the largest one it ever discovered, larger than the world's previous giants, such as the millipede Arthropleura and the Eurypterids Acuteramus and Pterygotus. The discovery of the Jaekelopterus echoed across the world and changed the history of the gloomy oceans as we know. Seeing such a giant ancient sea scorpion that lived in the early Devonian age proved that crabs, spiders, insects, and similar creatures were much larger in the past than we previously thought. One of the articles written about their discovery, co-authored by Dr. Simon Brady from the Department of Earth Sciences at the University of Bristol, said, "This is an amazing discovery. We have known for some time that the fossil record yields monster millipedes, supersized scorpions, colossal cockroaches, and jumbo dragonflies. But we never realized until now just how big some of these ancient creepy crawlies were." Before we continue with one monster whose favorite snack was the shark, just hit the like button to fully support us. Number 7. Liopleurodon. Next up is the apex predator who terrorized the waters from the Colovian stage of the Middle Jurassic to the Kimmeridgian stage of the Late Jurassic period. The Liopleurodon, which means smooth-sided tooth, earned the notorious reputation that made it feared all over Europe. Unlike what the 1999 BBC episode of Walking with Dinosaurs showed, the Liopleurodon wasn't an 82-foot-long monster, but it was still more than intimidating. The largest species found was 33 feet in length, but the average Liopleurodon would have been around 16 to 23 feet long. They were also about 2,200 to 3,700 pounds. Massive enough to snack on a shark and win a fight with a whale if it had to, if you're wondering. What allowed it to become an apex predator was the fact that it was one of the most powerful swimmers to exist. A set of 4 paddle-like limbs accelerated its speed, and if the experts are right, then its skull proves that it was able to scan the water with eerie precision, using its nostrils to find prey by scent. And want to hear the real doozy? The Liopleurodon is closer to the whales and dolphins than we think. They, along with other pliosaurs, didn't have the gills needed to survive solely on water. They had lungs, and they were forced to breach the water for air. Imagine being a tourist boat and seeing a 30-foot Liopleurodon rising to the surface for a gulp of air. Number 6. Megalodon. Unlike what the 2018 movie The Meg starring Jason Statham depicted, the Megalodon had long gone extinct, long before humans ever evolved. And what a giant mercy that was. It's hard to pinpoint the exact date they went extinct, but the approximate date of their reign of terror might have been 23 to 3.6 million years ago, during the early Miocene age to the Pliocene. There are often exaggerations about its size, but based on its teeth, which were 3 times larger than the teeth of the modern great white shark, the average length of the Megalodon have been anywhere from 34 feet, as a 2015 study suggests, to a 52-foot-long beast with a 15.3-foot-long head. It's no wonder that ancient Western European civilizations called their teeth tongue stones and thought they were the petrified tongues of ancient beast-like serpents. Their massive jaws had a bite force of up to 108,500 to 182,200 newtons, capable of easily breaking bone and capturing prey in a death grip. The Megalodon's favorite meal was small whales and other large fish. Its method of hunting? Clamping down with that impossibly powerful jaw to break through the prey's chest cavity to puncture its heart and lungs. Number 5. Helicoprion. Ready to meet the prototype of what a shark should look like? You'll thank your lucky stars that the Helicoprion and its horrifying tooth whorls are long extinct. To this day, what their entire body looked like is a mystery, with some speculating that it resembled what open-water predatory fish, such as the lamnid shark and swordfish, looked like. But what we do know for certain is what their lower jaws looked like. They had tooth whorls that rotated the teeth backward in a rotational saw motion, allowing it to be the scariest beast in the water and cephalopods 270 million years ago's worst nightmare. Keep in mind that these tooth whorls were about 40 centimeters in diameter. In addition to having that chilling jaw, it's believed that the Helicoprion would have been a whopping 20 to 26 feet long, about the size of the modern basking sharks. Number 4. Kronosaurus. The Kronosaurus lives up to its namesake, meaning the lizard of Kronos, the mythological leader of the Greek Titans. The Kronosaurus was a pliosaur that roamed the Earth in the early Cretaceous period. Dated studies put the Kronosaurus length at a staggering 42 feet long, but modern studies believe that the original reconstructions included too many vertebrae, and its actual length was closer to 30 to 36 feet long. Although we can all agree that a 36-foot-long sea dinosaur is a dizzying sight. Like most pliosaurs, it was a marine reptile, short-necked and with an elongated head and stiff body that was propelled by 4 flippers. Its head was usually 9 feet long, making it 1/3 of the entire length of the body. Its jaw, capable of crushing the hardest shells, was lined with rows of 2.8-inch-long razor-sharp conical teeth. Its size and bold personality allowed it to feed on the stuff of legend, such as the giant squid. An elasmosaurid skull was found with fatally large Kronosaurus bite marks, proving its dominance in the seas. It also fed on various plesiosaurs and turtles. Number 3. Dunkleosteus. The Dunkleosteus may not have been the largest sea monster in the late Devonian period, 358 to 382 million years ago, but it was certainly the fiercest and the most evil-looking. Instead of teeth, it had a beak-like mouth made of 2 pairs of bony plates, sharp enough to cut. These are the same teeth that shredded prehistoric sharks to pieces and got them appearances on Animal Planet's River Monsters and Animal Armageddon. The Dunkleosteus was able to open and close its fearsome jaw at abrupt speeds like modern suction feeders do. The bite force? No less than 6,000 newtons at the tip and 7,400 at the blade edge, able to cut through even dermal armor. Of course, it couldn't do that if it wasn't relatively large in size. The average Dunkleosteus measured up to 20 feet in length and was more than 1 ton heavy, making it one of the largest placoderms in existence. So far, only 10 species have been found. The largest one, D. terrelli, was a whopping 28.8 feet long and 4.4 short tons heavy. Number 2. Mauisaurus. Ready for the largest plesiosaur and the largest marine reptile to ever exist in New Zealand waters? Meet the Mauisaurus, which means Maui lizard, referring to the New Zealand Maori mythological demigod Maui. This unique plesiosaur lived during the late Cretaceous period, 80 to 69 million years ago, in what is now New Zealand. It's characterized by having one of the longest necks of any other plesiosaur, with a staggering number of 68 cervical vertebrae. Like all other extinct sea monsters, the Mauisaurus was no average Joe. It was relatively large, its slender body averaging 26 feet in length. A notorious carnivore, it mainly fed on fish and squid, which it caught using its razor-sharp, jagged teeth. Number 1. Leedsichthys. This giant would have given you nightmares for weeks if you had stumbled upon it during one stormy night. It's considered the largest ray fin fish to ever exist and arguably the largest fish in history. That means any other fish in the ocean would have looked like average Joes next to them. The Leedsichthys is so massive that it actually took a long time to identify its fossils. On several reconstructions, his remains were mistaken for Stegosaurus dinosaur bones. Now, imagine packs of them traveling. When the seasonal conditions called for it, they traveled long distances to find more plankton. The Leedsichthys lived in the world's oceans in the Middle Jurassic period. But, believe it or not, this was actually a gentle giant. As monstrous as it seemed in appearance, all it and its 40,000 teeth cared about was eating planktons like our modern blue whale does. But it sure gave other creatures a fright when it swam up to the upper water of the ocean in its search of tiny jellyfish and shrimps. That was all for today, guys. Let us know in the comments what you thought of these insanely large sea monsters. Which one did you think was the most terrifying? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can keep creating videos for you. Till the next one!